Okay, so what we're going to do is there's definitely way too much space here. So in order to make it all work and not knowing what sizes are, we are going to do a little mix up here. So what I'm going to do is have to break the connections are here. So these walls are bound or connected with the walls below. So we're going to try and do a little copy with them. So what I'm going to do is copy them over. So I'm going to copy 1, Control key, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls. I'm going to take it from this outer endpoint to that endpoint. The reason I did a copy instead of a move is if I do a move, the walls underneath on the main floor are going to move as well. So now I'm going to go through and delete these walls out. And reveal kind of the new layout, which is now a little more appropriate for a closet here. Might still be a little deep, but it's something we can work with and get that size constraint figured out there just a little bit better. Okay, so we have that. The flush up here, it actually works pretty good, and we'll show you how to do the roof over these in just a little bit. But that now almost gets us lined up exactly where we want to be with a little bit of a change. So we're going to take and just move this one over. Whoops, see, we're moving the one below now. Oh, it's kind of bad. Let me undo a couple of things here. We're going to undo because I don't want to move the wall. I just want to keep it aligned. So I might have to do a couple of things here. So take those back out again. Let's work with our corner tool. And we'll corner these walls up. Hopefully that'll further break that connection. And right now I'm lined up on the top of the brick. So I'm really not in the correct spot for that wall there. So I'm going to try and do just a move. Nope. It's not connect that. So I've got to unconnect those. So what I'm going to do is take this wall and this wall. They're connected. And we're going to adjust them. Oh, they shouldn't be connected. There it is, that 3'8" offset. I'm going to take that off. So now they're down below, except I kind of need to see them. Doesn't get any better than this, does it? So as we're kind of working that through, let me go down and check my underlay again. All these little settings. As you get going on your plan, things will show up in the weirdest ways. So there we go. Now it's an underlay, not a wall. So there are some things I need to do to that lower floor. So let's fix that before we go any further. To do that, go back into your main low floor line. Zoom out so you can see everything. What's happened is on these walls, there's an extra 3'8" offset. So I select this wall here, and I look at my settings. It's the main level floor line up to the main level top plate. And then there's an extra 3'8" that has been added there. So I want that to be fixed for the whole set of walls the same. So then right click. I'm going to select all instances in this view. That takes the perimeter. And now I've got this offset varies because I changed to the wall. So we're just going to highlight that and make it 0 and apply. Now we're going to use the next set of walls. So same thing, all instances in the view. And it should be just those few there. Again, we're going to check for that offset. So base, upper low floor line, constraint. That should be the main low floor line up to the main low top plate. And 1.5 inches, I'm not going to worry that much about that. And so we'll do that setting. Then we have our interior walls. So we're going to do all of those. And check and see if there's that 3'8" there. And it's not on that one. So maybe we've got, let's go back and look at our upper level floor plan again. It looks much more like we've got things kind of to where they need to be. So we're not connecting to everything. And that's exactly what we want to do. So that extra 3'8" was kind of causing some grief on there. And so I think we should be able to get things lined up appropriately now. Nope, not quite yet. Not quite yet. So this is the upper level floor line. Still has, that's okay on those. Upper level top plate. Okay, so I'm going to take this wall and I'm going to copy it, just that one wall, out here off in no man's land. I'm going to delete this one. Now, I could have just deleted it earlier just to get all there, but I want to move it in the right position without trying to realign everything. So this is going to go right in the intersection there. And now we've got the brick that we can corner. Okay, so that is much, much better layout. Okay, so I'm feeling better about this. Still not totally set on the size, but we're going to work that out now because we've got this size as much more appropriate for walk-in closet, our little sink area here, and so forth. So I think we're in good shape there. So let's go ahead and start laying this out. The bathroom is a little different, but that's okay. We can make it work here. And you want to be able to see the stairs because we want to reproduce those stairs on the main floor exactly as they are. So right now they go from the basement to the main floor, and we need them to go up to the second floor. So we'll get those in just a moment here now and see what we can work out. So here, and maybe if we put a floor, no, not ready to do a floor yet. I'm going to take this wall and bring it back. Okay. And we're not quite aligned, but I'll adjust this as we build out this portion. So I'm going to change this to the upper level top plate. And main level top plate. Okay, so that wall should not be where it is. Okay, so it's going to go back down to the main level. A little bit of fixing things is kind of what we're looking at here. So this is main level floor plan, main level top plate, main level floor line. Just making sure everything's where it should be. And back to upper. And we'll get rid of that overlay here. So that wall is there. And we're going to just kind of say bye to that one. And then check and make sure I didn't destroy it down here. So far so good. I'm not making too many mistakes, just a few. This is main level floor line up to main level top plate. Main level floor line up to main level top plate. Okay, so a little cleanup, nothing too major, but definitely worth doing. All right, now we can start building our space. Now, I have not put a floor in, and when we did the main floor, we put the floor in and then we put everything, the components on top of it. We're going to do that just a little backwards this time. So then put the floor in afterwards. So we're going to do a tub, just a standard rectangular 3D tub. And it goes against a wall. So that's why we want to make sure you get it in right now. The little circle there, that is the drain. And we want that on the same side as the water closet's going to be. So we'll just kind of pop that in there. Use our align tool, get it perfectly squared away and aligned. So looks good. And now we can put in the water closet. And so this is just a nice, simple little restroom layout. Nothing too complex. So we'll go in here, do our search, and grab our water closet, and rotate that. And again, we want it off a little bit from the back, about 2 inches. So we'll shift all that once we get it. So we'll change that value to 2. And we're going here. Let's grab the wall. We're going to move it to the edge of the tub. And the same rule applies. So whether it's a cabinet, a wall, or a tub, I want between the two, I want about 18 inches. So it's 1.5 feet. That might be a little close because I've got a long way to reach to the wall. So let's check the other direction. I'm going to move it this way. And see if we can't. I got 3 feet there. So let's go 1.5 feet there. And that's going to be the layout. So there's a little bit of room here, which is what you want. You do want to be not too far away from the wall. You have your dispensers that would go there and keep things straight. Then we're going to put a door. So we're kind of just putting a door in. So 2 foot door. I want 4 inches on the corner. So we got that. And that should swing open just fine with that. And again, I want to check, make sure the size is correct. It needs to match. Make sure it's not more than 30 inches because that would be a problem. And so we're right where we want to be. So that's good. Otherwise, it won't swing past the water closet. Okay, then we have in here, we have another door coming in. So let's go ahead and put that door. And I'm just going to use this 2/6 door because it's pretty handy. And it's doing what it needs to do. So put that there. And we'll adjust. And again, we might have to move the temporary dimension connection. So it's a little more exact as to where we want it. If we can get it to cooperate. It wants to, it just doesn't want to do it. All right, so 4.5, that'd be correct. Because I think it's the rigid board. Oops. Go back to where I'm supposed to be. And looks like there might be another wall in there. I'll have to take care of that in a minute. Upper low floor. Let's see if we can. Yep, that's another wall. So this is just going to go away. I'm not sure I got all these double walls, but I did. And it wasn't good. This one's not a double wall. Top plate. Line this one back up. So what, just so I kind of know, when you're working on these and you're copying and cloning, and you do have to make sure you do check and make sure you're not making multiple layer copies. That is probably the worst thing you could do on these. All right, we need our sink. So we then go architecture. Now, because we've used it before, these vanity sinks are in here now. So I'm going to grab a 48-inch one, which is a little narrow, but we're going to fix that. We're just going to place it right there. And so we've got about 6 inches on each side. So I'm going to modify this. We'll select it, edit, duplicate. I'm going to change out the 2, so we're not going to do a copy anymore. Change the 48 to 60. 60 is a 5 foot. Yeah, 5 foot would be good. We might come back and go 4/6. We'll just see how this looks. Let's do 5. Apply and OK. And now we'll just push that back. There, modify on the line. Simple. I'm going to give you just some space. This is probably going to be a teenage room anyway, so lots of things going on there. Let's do the countertop. And we want this one right here. Spin it around. place it in the corner. Cancel out of the command. Adjust it. So we're just going to slide it on over. Now we need a sink. So, I got wrong countertop. This one doesn't have a sink in it. Let's change that. We want this one. Yay! Happy day. Got the right sink finally. And we do some adjusting here on it because it's down low. So the link's 4. We'll just stretch this out so it matches. We'll take the circle. And let me look real quick what the height of this is. 2'7". That should be right. Take the middle point here and put it in the center. And then we're going to do our components. And we want round sink. Spin that around with the space bar. And place that right there. So that's coming together. It's starting to look a little bit more like it should be. And then we're going to do that same door again. And put it right here in the middle. So we have that. Then we're going to add our closets. So we have those. So like I said, once you get things loaded, you can really get a lot of things done quite quickly because it's already in your file. And there it is, the closet shelf. And it's not letting me place that because I do not have a floor yet, so I'm going to have to wait on that. I have to have a floor because it's based off the floor. So, and that's okay. It's going from the floor up, and we just have to be aware of that. All right, so that lays out the bath basically, except that's closet. Now we can worry about getting this room system right. So come back over here. Let's go to the main floor and put in that stair. That means that stair is going to go up, and so it goes above this one. That's going to be exactly this same stair here. So I'm going to copy it actually, which is kind of crazy to think about what I'm about to do. And we're just going to slide it over to the side. And that's our up, so we're going to flip that. So now, let's see if we can get that to work out the way we want it to. Let's see what happens there. We've got to get on the right level. So this will be on the middle floor line is where it's at. And it should be going the right direction. It's feeling a little, this is going down, this is going up. Let's do a 3D look and see where we're at with this. See if we can, nope, it is backwards. Okay, so that's going there. And this one should be coming up. I think I did it backward. Yeah, this comes up this way. And so this needs to flip. Okay, back to our main floor. And we'll flip it again. And hopefully everything's set right. I'm going to take and hide our underlay so I don't get anything mixed up there. And I'm just going to click off that. And go to our underlay. And this should hide the stair. And it didn't. So now we'll basement command level. Okay, that's correct. Don't know. Well, it goes all the way up. So, okay, and then this is main level 2. I am going to have to recreate this. What's happening is it's not taking it to its correct levels. It's just kind of sitting there. So let's just create a new one real quick. Architecture stair. We then go up on this side. So this is going down. This is going to go up. So again, we're going to do main level up to upper level. Should be, it's a little bit higher, but that's okay. It's no worry. Stair, 7, there's our 18. Okay. So we're going to start here. We're going to go 9. Come up here and come back. Oh, that didn't work good. Got click happy. Bring that all the way back. There we go. Do a little adjustments from the modify. Move that down. And this is where it gets tricky. It needs to match this exactly. So if it doesn't, we have to make sure it does. There's no way to not. And that is, of course it is. 6 foot. Okay. So we're going to select here. Let me just check that off. We're going to go and make sure we match exactly what that is. So back down to the basement, and we come down to the stair, and we're going to look at the width. Hopefully I can find the width and just adjust it. That would be so much easier than what it's wanting me to do. And so what's wanting me to do is manually set that stair. And I'm just not really wanting to do that, but it's what we're going to do. So I'm going to throw a dimension on here from that corner to that corner. It's just a little easier to control when you have a set value. And so it's not crazy in there. We select, there's a quarter there, and we want these to be the same. That's the goal. And it's not looking so great here. All right, measure from here. So that's 3 foot 1.5, which means this should be 3 foot 1.5. Okay, so then the distance in between 2 inches and 77 1/28. So let's see if we can get in there and edit that out. Fix it, Felix. Get that down right. And we'll edit. And right here, we're just going to make that 4. So it's exact. Okay. Now we're going to come fix this stair. So it matches with an edit. And get our numbers come into play. And make this 4. So they're exact. All right. Yay. Let's go back to our main level. And I think I changed the wrong one. So much fun. Yep. That was the basement one I fixed. Okay. That one's gone. This one's getting changed. I'll edit the stairs. Make sure this is 4, so it matches what we've done. And that makes 3 and 3. So check that off. We then do a move. This is going to go up this way, so that's going to be correct. Finish. Got that endpoint. And we're going to come over and place it right in there. So it's the same in theory. Now it's not quite the same because we didn't adjust the stair handrails. That's always a problem. And we've got to do something about that wall now on the main floor. Because it's just the way it is. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that whole wall. We're going to have to do that. We're going to fix things as we go. So, yes. Okay, so when we select the stair, we have this railing. Let's go 3D so we can see what we're working on here. Remember how I moved the railings over so they were a little bit more centered on the part? That's what we've got to do. We've got to get the stair to be exactly the same. And finding the angle is tricky. All right, so we're going to take this stair here, and we're going to look at our edit type, and we've got closed and closed, so that's how we set it. And we're going to say okay there, and then we're going to select the railing here. I'm going to change the 1 to a 2. Apply that. The other railing, if I can grab it, from a 1 to a 2. And so now they should match exactly. So there's some things you have to just make sure you're checking on. Now, because of what's happening on these stairs, when I go back down this main floor, remember I said these doors, it's an unknown, and this door is kind of in the road. So what that means we're going to do is this. We are going to remove, then cut this wall here so it's not there. And we just use a slice, cut the wall right there. And when I take this wall out, I'm going to lose that door. And I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So it's going to be delete. The door is gone. The stairs are coming up a little bit more in where they're at. This wall is going to come back, so I'm going to realign it. And go with here and here. Oh my goodness. It did not realign. Gotta make sure it does the right thing. So we got a line and get the door. So let me do it. Why? And all right, here we go. Here goes everything, folks. Where's that? There it is. So we can get that to align now. There we go. So I'm lining that up. Now, when I go into 3D, we have this stair coming up, and so the baluster is there. There's your step, and you're on. I need to fix the floor now because the wall is gone. So let's see if we can get, oops, don't delete the floor. That's silly. So I'm going to try and get that selected. And then go back to the main level. Then I edit that prof boundary. And interesting. We're going to do a corner tool from way up here to way down here. And then we're going to delete these little pieces out. Make sure you don't have the other one selected when you do this. You want to be very aware of what changes you've made and how you're doing them. So it's a little dicey here at this point. And we should be able to find out why. Let's see. Oh, we got another one here. Okay. So that's my corner here to here. And take these lines out. And see if that does it. Nope. Still something not quite right with that line. And this is where it gets kind of nerve-wracking. There might be another one. There it is. So there's another piece of line right there underneath it. So I have to take that out. There we go. So now there's our new floor. Back to 3D. I just closed 3D. Go back to the 3D view. Take a look at it. Make sure it's kind of doing what we want it to do. So we've got the floor there. Stairs come up. Yep. Now by doing that, that means in the basement, I have to put a door at the bottom here. Not a big deal. It's actually easier to do it this way than another. So then do architecture, modify, and then do a copy. This wall, and I'm going to just finish that out and drag that to the front, nice and straight if possible. And I'm going to put 3 feet between there and the end of the stair. So this goes to 3. Now we corner the walls. So this just makes a little landing in here of where to go. So you can come down, get off the stair, go to the door, add our door here. And technically we could go this way because there's room there. So let's do that. So we open the door, go up the stairs, and we have it closed. So now it's a closed off area, meets code, and we're good. Lots of things. So once you think you get a floor done, then you get to the last floor, and all of a sudden, nope, you got to go fix everything. So we should be getting there. Let's go look at our sections. I'm going to slide the section down. So section 1 again. Go look at that. Back it up. And this is what's critical. Make sure the stairs are not on top of themselves. So this is what you want to see. So as you're going down this one, your headroom is maintained and you're not bunking your head on every step. So it's kind of important. So that's a good thing. So now we can go back to the upper level. And we have our room here, which we decided is a little furnace room. And that lines up. So I'm going to check and make sure that's still lining up. And we have a wall there, which I'm okay with, and our framing here. So we do have to fix this because this is going to be open to below. Can't do that until we do the flooring. So that's just fine. Because this is going, and I'm actually going to take this wall and pull it back just a little bit because there's another wall right here that I need to adjust. And then this wall is going to come all the way out to the edge of the stair. Now, the easy way to do that really is the align. Just take the edge of the stair, let it finish doing what it's doing, and just bring the wall to it. Okay, so that just kind of cleans things up a little bit. This side where it's open, this is down below, so you're going to see that coming up, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's do our furnace. So architecture, component, and we'll do furnace, FUR. And we'll bring a furnace in there. And I'm just going to bring, now notice these are different BTUs, how much energy they use. Just bring the lower one in, the smaller one, because it's doesn't have to be huge. It's just in the bedroom, the space up here. So it doesn't have to be a really large furnace. We'll just pop that in there. Okay. So then we have a furnace in that room. Means we need a door. And we'll do that. And I'm going to slide it. I'm going to place it and then I'm going to adjust it because centering doors is not always your best thing. It ends up taking a lot of square footage out of your floor space. And if you can shove things over and they still work, then that's good. And so now you've got all this room when you open the door to work with. So kind of work that way. I'm going to put another electrical panel up here just because I can, and in case they want to add in like a whole bunch of crazy electronics into the house at some point. You do want to have that ability, and I gotta remember what that was called. Let me go back to the basement and bring my which part that was. Single phase. Okay. Back up here, component. And I really try and make sure that I'm labeling things very delicately so they are easy to make sure you understand what's going on with them. So we'll actually put that there. Take that one out, just so it fits in the wall a little better. Okay, now I can do that because there's no water in that room. And so that fixes that problem. All right, so now we're here. This is a bedroom. So we should have, hopefully, well, we got 11'7", and that's fine. I can live with that. I'm going to do a wall. It's a partition wall. I'm just going to throw one in. Then adjust it, so we modify it. And this is going to be 15 feet on that inside clear. And so that's where that room's going. And I can live with that. Just making sure everything's lining up right. And realizing that I am not setting my walls the right height. So let's go fix those. And these are upper level floor line going to upper level top plate. And so we can see the detailing on them. And it's not quite doing what I want to do all the time. So I have to kind of fight all those. Base is going to be upper level floor line. Top constraint is going to be upper level. Oh man, it's not going to work on this. I've got too many walls. Let's cancel that out. I had to do them one at a time because there's too many walls that are overlapping still. And that's kind of my bad because I did not go through and clean it up right the first time. So now I have to pay for that. But if you can't see the detail, the other way you can do that is just your match properties. Select and incorporate that into the walls we have. So you should see the drywall on both sides. It's going to help keep things where they're supposed to be. And this bedroom gets a door. Now on this door, I'm going to go a little larger. Again, if you've ever tried to move a mattress around a corner and fold that mattress, they do not like that. And so I usually try and do a little bit wider door just to make things a little easier. And if you've ever racked your knuckles moving furniture in a room, you know exactly what we're in for. So making things a little more accommodating. That's really why you take these classes, is so you are the expert and you can give feedback that makes the world better for those that are using your stuff. All right, now we can put in this other bath. And this bedroom's kind of a uniquely large master with this window seat. So that'll be kind of good. And we're just kind of just going to plug along here until we get it all in right. And make sure things are lined up the way they should. Which means I'm probably going to pull this wall down since it's just because I can. So, all right, so we've got a 11 by 5 bathroom here. So let's do an offset. Let's modify offset 11 foot 4.5 inches. We want the thickness of the wall added to that. So let's put that wall over there. Now that means that when I select the wall, the distance between the two is exactly 11 feet. So that makes it easy. And it is really kind of a reproduction of this space down below in here, which does kind of help with things a little bit. So we're going to do a copy. And I'm just going to copy all of that and hopefully get it all, because it's an all go right here. And it looks like we got it. So that's there. And that means I can put in my other wall there for the tub and shower combo. So we're then doing another copy. I'm just going to throw one in there and then align it. And just like that, we're starting to form our spaces. And then we can start placing. So again, you can just copy away. It's a little harder to do with this and that, just place it. And so it works. I mean, it may seem like an extra little step. And this is going a little bit slower because I'm walking you through each item. But you're learning, growing, becoming a better person by the minute. So pop that there. And that should be in there just right. Then we'll then do another component. Our good friend, the toilet. And in case you ever buy perfume or cologne, and you ever see eau de toilette, toilette is a French word. It means fragrant water, which is wonderful for when you start thinking about it. So 2 inches there, and put that to there. I want that to be 1.5 feet, and check the other side. Okay, we're good. And again, this side is the one I want to be more exact. A little closer to the wall than the tub. Give yourself some space. Cool. We're making progress very quickly now, my friends. Just need to copy another wall. And we're going to copy the wall at the back of the bathroom there. And we're going to go from there to the opposite side of the tub. And that is going to create this bathroom area. But now I've overlapped that wall. So let's slice it right there. And then delete this part out. And because I don't want to go into the bedroom with it. So we'll slide that over. And this is a slide over as well. So kind of nice that self-heals, puts everything where we want it. And we need doors to get in. So here come the doors. So we're going to put this. Oh, this is a bit tight one. That is a very tight door. I'm not happy about that. 2/6 doors are usually the smallest I ever want to go. And so I'm going to have to contemplate the meaning of things. Oh, that's a 2/8. That's why. Silly teacher. 2/6. Oh, that looks so much better. It's still very tight. So I'll put those in for now. Yeah, I need a little bit more space, but we'll figure that out. All right, so we get the doors in. Now we can do this. Let me see if I got a smaller door. Oh, down to 2. You can put a 2/4 door in there. It's not my favorite. I do prefer 30-inch doors. The other option would be to move the wall and put a little jog in there, which is something I might do. So we'll come back and let me think on that for a minute as we get going there. And we have another door. So many doors, so many doors. Architecture door goes here. We'll flip that for flow. Hello, flow. And got to put that. There's a flue supposed to be in there. This is the closet. And that means that this wall's got to cut. So I'll do a quick little cut here. Then I can move this wall over. Oh my goodness. It did not cut right. Got to break the gap. This is when you use the gap. I should have, would have, could have. I'm going to do 2 feet there. And then this door can slide over. Sort of. That's where you figure out the meaning of the world in general. So I got to work these doors out. And I really do not want to go down smaller, but I might have to. And then the closet will be laid out here. And this becomes our wall. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this wall out. This wall's gone. So if you copied along, sorry. And in the corner, so it's a little different from your plan now. That together. So this is the space we're using. And now I'm just going to modify walls and make them clean up themselves until I figure out doors. And that's the next thing I want to do is give us some thought, think about it for a minute. Let's get you to that point. It's kind of a long video. And then we'll figure out the solution to that other bedroom. It's got a nice window seat there. Works good. Might be a little tricky on the roof line. So we'll work that out. All right, go ahead and get that much done, and we'll see you in the next video.